Who was the Buddha, truly? We know the image, serene, compassionate, enlightened. But what led him to this state of grace? What trials did he endure? What transformative experiences shaped his path? Many believe they know the story of Siddhartha Gautama. Born a prince, he renounced his wealth and sought enlightenment. While partially true, this narrative only scratches the surface. It overlooks the depths of his struggles, the nuances of his journey, and the profound insights he gleaned along the way. This is the story of the Buddha beyond the common narrative. We will delve into the lesser-known aspects of his life, his internal battles, his moments of doubt, and his unwavering commitment to finding truth. We will uncover the experiences that forged his path to enlightenment. By exploring these hidden aspects, we gain a richer understanding of his teachings. We discover that his journey, though extraordinary, holds profound lessons for our own lives. We too can learn and grow from his experiences. We too can strive for inner peace and understanding. Siddhartha's journey began long before his renunciation. Born into opulence, he was shielded from suffering. He lived a life of comfort and ease. Yet, beneath the surface, a seed of discontent lingered. He sensed the impermanence of worldly pleasures. Leaving his palace walls, Siddhartha encountered suffering for the first time. He saw sickness, old age, and death. These encounters shook him to his core. They ignited a thirst for understanding. He yearned to break free from the cycle of suffering that plagued humanity. He embarked on a path of asceticism, seeking enlightenment through deprivation. He subjected himself to extreme fasting and rigorous meditation. He sought answers in ancient scriptures and teachings, yet true enlightenment remained elusive. Siddhartha realized that neither extreme indulgence nor extreme deprivation held the key to liberation. His journey became a delicate dance between extremes. He sought a middle way, a path of balance and awareness. This realization marked a turning point in his spiritual quest. It set him on a course toward true enlightenment. Many believe that Buddha's enlightenment was a sudden event. They picture a flash of insight under the Bodhi tree. While that moment was pivotal, it was the culmination of years of dedicated practice. It was the fruit of countless hours of meditation, introspection, and unwavering commitment. Another misconception is that Buddha was a divine being. He never claimed to be a god or a prophet. He was a man who, through diligent effort, achieved a profound understanding of the human condition. His teachings are not based on blind faith but on universal truths. Buddha's path to enlightenment was uniquely his own. It was paved with challenges, insights, and unwavering determination. His experiences offer valuable lessons for us all. We can learn from his perseverance, his willingness to question, and his unwavering commitment to truth. By letting go of preconceived notions, we can approach his teachings with fresh eyes. We can discover the profound wisdom that lies at the heart of his message. We can begin our own journey toward inner peace and liberation. One of the lesser-known aspects of Buddha's journey involves his interactions with various teachers. He sought guidance from renowned masters of meditation and philosophy. He absorbed their knowledge, always questioning, always seeking deeper understanding. During this period, Siddhartha delved into practices that went beyond traditional teachings. He explored the nature of consciousness, the power of mindfulness, and the interconnectedness of all things. He experimented with different forms of meditation, pushing the boundaries of his own mind. These experiences, often overlooked, were crucial to his development. They honed his focus, expanded his awareness, and prepared him for the profound insights to come. They reveal a man deeply committed to exploring all facets of human experience. These hidden aspects of Buddha's journey offer valuable lessons for us today. They teach us the importance of seeking knowledge from diverse sources. They encourage us to question, to explore, and to remain open to new perspectives. This spirit of inquiry is essential for our own growth and understanding. Buddha's journey was not without its challenges. He faced temptations, doubts, and inner turmoil. Mara, a demon representing desire and attachment, tested his resolve. He offered Siddhartha worldly pleasures, power, and even threatened him with harm. Yet, Siddhartha remained steadfast in his pursuit of liberation. He recognized these temptations as illusions, obstacles on his path to enlightenment. Through mindfulness and unwavering determination, he overcame each challenge, emerging stronger and more resolute. These trials, often absent from popular narratives, reveal the depth of Buddha's commitment. They demonstrate that the path to enlightenment is not a linear progression, but a journey filled with obstacles and opportunities for growth. They teach us that true strength lies in facing our challenges with courage and compassion. These experiences underscore a universal truth. The path to inner peace is rarely easy. We all face challenges and setbacks, yet it is through navigating these difficulties, with awareness and resilience, that we cultivate true strength and wisdom. Buddha's unwavering spirit serves as a beacon, reminding us that we too can overcome adversity and emerge transformed. After years of seeking, Siddhartha reached a pivotal point in his journey. He arrived at a place called Bodh Gaya and sat beneath a sacred fig tree, now known as the Bodhi tree. He vowed to meditate until he attained enlightenment. As he delved deeper into meditation, he confronted his deepest fears and attachments. He faced the impermanence of all things, the reality of suffering, and the interconnectedness of life. Through this process of intense introspection, he experienced a profound awakening. At that moment, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. He had transcended suffering and achieved a state of complete liberation. He had found the answers he sought, not in external teachings, but within himself. Buddha's enlightenment was not an end, but a beginning. He dedicated the rest of his life to sharing his insights with the world. His teachings, known as the Dharma, offer a path to liberation from suffering. They provide practical guidance for living a more mindful and compassionate life. The Four Noble Truths form the foundation of his teachings. They explain the nature of suffering, its cause, its cessation, and the path to liberation. The Eightfold Path, a set of guidelines for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, provides a roadmap for navigating life's challenges with grace and awareness. Buddha's teachings are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. They offer timeless wisdom for dealing with stress, overcoming negative emotions, and cultivating inner peace. By incorporating his teachings into our daily lives, we can experience greater joy, compassion, and fulfillment. Buddha's impact on the world is immeasurable. His teachings have touched countless lives, transcending cultural and geographical boundaries. Today, millions follow his path, finding solace, guidance, and inspiration in his words. His message of peace, compassion, and understanding continues to resonate in a world often consumed by conflict and division. His teachings remind us of our shared humanity and the importance of cultivating kindness and empathy in all our interactions. Buddha's legacy is not confined to temples and monasteries. It lives on in the hearts and minds of all those who strive to live with greater awareness, compassion, and purpose. His teachings offer a timeless path to inner peace, a path that is open to all who seek it. Buddha's journey reminds us that enlightenment is not a distant goal, but an ongoing process. It is a journey of self-discovery, compassion, and awakening. It is a path that we can all choose to walk, regardless of our background or beliefs. By cultivating mindfulness in our daily lives, we begin to see the world with greater clarity and compassion. We become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations. We learn to respond to challenges with wisdom and equanimity. Through meditation, we cultivate inner peace and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. We connect with the present moment and learn to let go of attachments that cause suffering. We begin to experience the world with a sense of wonder and appreciation. The path to enlightenment is a journey of 1,000 miles, and it begins with a single step. By embracing Buddha's teachings and incorporating them into our lives, we embark on a transformative journey toward greater peace, wisdom, and compassion. Buddha's teachings emphasize the importance of personal experience. He encouraged his followers to question everything, to test his teachings against their own understanding. He believed that true wisdom comes from within. Our own journey to enlightenment is unique and personal. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. We must find what resonates with us, what speaks to our own hearts and minds. This journey requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront our own limitations. It demands that we examine our beliefs, challenge our assumptions, and let go of what no longer serves us. This process of self-discovery can be challenging, but it is ultimately liberating. Through this process of inner exploration, we begin to shed layers of conditioning and limiting beliefs. We connect with our true nature, our inherent wisdom, and our boundless potential for growth and transformation. The journey to enlightenment is a lifelong adventure, and it is within our reach. Buddha's life and teachings offer a profound message of hope and possibility. They remind us that we all have the potential to awaken to our true nature, to live with greater purpose and meaning, and to create a more compassionate and just world. By embracing the unknown, by questioning our assumptions, and by cultivating a spirit of curiosity and open-mindedness, we embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery. We begin to see the world with fresh eyes, to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things, and to live with a deeper sense of purpose. The path to enlightenment is not about seeking something outside ourselves, but about uncovering the wisdom and compassion that reside within each of us. It is a journey of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to truth. It is a journey that is available to all who dare to take the first step. As we delve deeper into the teachings of Buddha, as we reflect on his life and his message, may we be inspired to embark on our own journey of awakening. May we cultivate the wisdom, compassion, and courage to live each day with greater purpose, meaning, and connection. The path awaits, and the journey begins with a single step.
Prince Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, is a figure shrouded in legend. We often imagine him serene and enlightened, but his life was anything but simple. Born into luxury in ancient India, Siddhartha was shielded from suffering. He lived within palace walls surrounded by opulence. Yet, a deep curiosity about the human condition stirred within him. He yearned for something more than the pleasures of his privileged life. While the story of his enlightenment is widely known, lesser-known teachings offer a glimpse into his profound wisdom. For instance, Buddha spoke of the interconnectedness of all beings, a concept echoed in modern ecological thinking. He emphasized the importance of mindfulness, a practice now embraced by therapists and spiritual seekers alike. These hidden gems of his teachings reveal a mind concerned not just with personal liberation, but with the well-being of all creatures. Siddhartha's early life was marked by a sheltered existence, but it was also a time of profound questioning. He observed the stark realities of sickness, old age, and death outside the palace walls. These encounters with suffering ignited a desire to understand the true nature of life and find a path to lasting peace. Little did he know this yearning would lead him on an extraordinary journey of self-discovery. At the age of 29, Siddhartha made a radical decision. He left his comfortable life behind, renouncing his princely title and embracing a life of asceticism. This dramatic choice shocked his family and followers. They couldn't comprehend why he would abandon his privileged existence. But Siddhartha was driven by an unwavering determination to find a way to end suffering. He sought guidance from renowned teachers, immersing himself in their teachings and practices. He mastered meditation techniques, delving deep into his consciousness. He subjected himself to extreme physical austerities, believing that mortifying the body would liberate the spirit. Years of rigorous practice brought him to the brink of death. Still, enlightenment remained elusive. Despite his efforts, Siddhartha realized that extreme asceticism was not the answer. He recognized that true liberation lay in finding a middle path, a way of living that balanced self-discipline with compassion. This realization marked a turning point in his journey. He abandoned the harsh practices of self-denial and embraced a more balanced approach to spiritual growth. Siddhartha's journey to enlightenment was not without its challenges. He faced inner turmoil, grappling with doubt, fear, and temptation. The forces of Mara, a demonic entity representing the allure of worldly desires, tested his resolve. Mara tempted Siddhartha with visions of sensual pleasure and promises of power, but Siddhartha remained steadfast in his pursuit of liberation. His personal struggles offer a powerful lesson for us all. The path to enlightenment is not always easy. It is often fraught with obstacles and inner demons. Yet, Siddhartha's story teaches us that true strength lies in acknowledging our doubts and fears without being consumed by them. It is through facing our inner darkness that we can truly find light. Siddhartha's teachings acknowledge the reality of suffering in human experience. He understood that life is filled with challenges, disappointments, and loss. But he also taught that suffering is not inevitable. It is our attachment to desires, aversions, and ignorance that perpetuates our suffering. By cultivating wisdom and compassion, we can break free from this cycle and find lasting peace. To understand Buddha's teachings, we must understand the cultural context in which they arose. Ancient India was a melting pot of religious and philosophical ideas. Brahmanism, the dominant religious tradition, emphasized ritual purity and social hierarchy. Siddhartha's teachings challenged these rigid structures, offering a path to liberation accessible to all, regardless of social standing or caste. His emphasis on individual experience and personal transformation challenged the authority of the priestly class. He rejected the caste system, embracing followers from all walks of life. His teachings resonated with people weary of empty rituals and social divisions. They offered a message of hope, compassion, and individual empowerment. One of Buddha's lesser-known teachings focuses on the concept of dependent origination. This principle explains that all phenomena arise from a web of interconnected causes and conditions. Nothing exists in isolation. This understanding challenges us to see the world through a lens of interconnectedness, recognizing the intricate ways in which our actions impact ourselves and others. After years of searching, Siddhartha finally reached enlightenment while meditating beneath a Bodhi tree. He attained a state of profound understanding, seeing clearly the nature of reality and the path to liberation from suffering. This pivotal moment transformed him from a wandering seeker into the Buddha, the awakened one. His enlightenment was not a mystical escape from the world. It was a profound realization of the interconnectedness of all things and the impermanence of all phenomena. He saw that suffering arises from attachment, aversion, and ignorance. He realized that true happiness comes from cultivating wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. From this enlightened perspective, Buddha developed his core teachings, known as the Four Noble Truths. These truths offer a framework for understanding the nature of suffering, its causes, and the path to its cessation. The Four Noble Truths provide a practical guide to cultivating inner peace and liberating ourselves from the cycle of suffering. Buddha's teachings, though centuries old, remain remarkably relevant in the 21st century. We live in an age of unprecedented change and uncertainty. Many of us struggle with stress, anxiety, and a sense of disconnection. Buddha's teachings offer a way to navigate these challenges with wisdom and compassion. His emphasis on mindfulness, for instance, has become increasingly popular as a way to manage stress and cultivate a sense of presence. Mindfulness practices, rooted in Buddhist meditation techniques, are now used in schools, hospitals, and workplaces to promote well-being and reduce anxiety. The relevance of these ancient practices in our modern world speaks to the enduring wisdom of Buddha's teachings. Moreover, Buddha's teachings on compassion and interconnectedness offer a powerful antidote to the individualism and division that often characterize our times. His message of universal love and understanding resonates deeply in a world grappling with conflict and inequality. By embracing his teachings on compassion, we can cultivate a more just and compassionate world. Buddha's legacy extends far beyond the confines of religious institutions. His teachings have permeated art, literature, philosophy, and psychology, influencing thinkers and artists for centuries. His message of peace, compassion, and self-discovery continues to inspire people from all walks of life. Today, millions around the globe practice various forms of Buddhism, adapting its teachings to their own cultural contexts. But one doesn't have to identify as Buddhist to benefit from Buddha's wisdom. His teachings offer universal truths about the human condition and the path to inner peace. They provide a framework for living a more meaningful and compassionate life, regardless of one's religious beliefs. Buddha's message is not a rigid dogma, but a living tradition that continues to evolve and adapt to the changing needs of humanity. His teachings offer a timeless source of wisdom and guidance, helping us navigate the complexities of life with greater awareness, compassion, and skill. How can we, in our modern world, connect with the essence of Buddha's teachings and apply them to our own lives? It begins with a willingness to look inward, to cultivate a sense of curiosity about our own minds and hearts. We can start by incorporating simple mindfulness practices into our daily routines. Paying attention to our breath, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, and practicing gratitude can help us cultivate a greater sense of presence and awareness. Engaging in acts of kindness, compassion, and generosity can also help us embody Buddha's teachings in our daily lives. Volunteering our time, offering a helping hand to those in need, and practicing forgiveness can help us cultivate a more compassionate heart and contribute to a more just and harmonious world. Ultimately, the path to enlightenment is a deeply personal one. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to confront our own limitations, but the rewards are immeasurable, a life filled with greater peace, purpose, and compassion. For those interested in delving deeper into Buddha's teachings, a wealth of resources are available. Begin with accessible translations of core Buddhist texts, such as the Dhammapada or the Sutta Nipata. These texts offer a direct glimpse into Buddha's words and teachings. Explore the works of contemporary Buddhist teachers and scholars such as Thich Nhat Hanh, Pema Chodron, and the Dalai Lama. Their writings and teachings offer valuable insights into applying Buddhist principles to modern life. Consider joining a local meditation group or retreat center to learn mindfulness practices and connect with others on a similar path. Remember, the journey to enlightenment is not about becoming someone else, but about discovering the fullness of our own true nature. By embracing the path of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, we can unlock our own potential for peace, happiness, and liberation.
In our modern world, filled with constant distractions and fleeting pleasures, can the ancient teachings of Buddha offer us a path to genuine happiness and inner peace? The teachings of Buddha, though rooted in a different time, hold a timeless wisdom that continues to inspire and guide millions around the world. Buddha's teachings are not merely religious doctrines, but a practical guide to understanding the human condition and finding liberation from suffering. They offer a way to cultivate inner peace, develop compassion for ourselves and others, and live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. While the world has undergone tremendous changes since Buddha's time, the fundamental truths he revealed about the nature of suffering, the cause of suffering, and the path to liberation remain as relevant today as they were centuries ago. Buddha's wisdom, passed down through generations, serves as a beacon of light, illuminating the path towards inner peace and liberation. His teachings are not mere pronouncements of truth, but a call to action, inviting us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. He encourages us to challenge our preconceived notions and approach life with a renewed sense of curiosity and openness. Central to Buddha's teachings is the understanding that suffering is an inherent part of the human experience. However, he also emphasizes that we have the power to overcome suffering by understanding its root causes and cultivating the qualities of mind that lead to liberation. This message of hope and empowerment is what makes Buddha's teachings so enduringly relevant. Furthermore, Buddha's teachings emphasize the interconnectedness of all things. By cultivating qualities such as compassion, loving kindness, and wisdom, we contribute to the well-being of ourselves and the entire world. Delving into Buddha's philosophy can be likened to embarking on a voyage across a vast and profound ocean. The journey requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to venture beyond the surface level of our understanding. We must be prepared to encounter complex concepts and confront challenging truths about ourselves and the nature of reality. One of the initial challenges lies in understanding the subtle nuances of Buddhist terminology and concepts. Words like karma, nirvana, and enlightenment carry profound meanings that extend far beyond their common interpretations. To truly grasp the essence of Buddha's teachings, we must be willing to set aside our preconceived notions and approach these concepts with fresh eyes and an open mind. Buddha's teachings are not meant to be passively absorbed, but actively applied in our daily lives. He encouraged his followers to engage in critical thinking, to question his teachings, and to test their validity through personal experience. It is through the process of applying these teachings in our daily interactions, our relationships, and our responses to life's challenges that we truly begin to understand their profound wisdom. At the heart of Buddha's teachings lie the Four Noble Truths, a framework for understanding the nature of suffering and the path to liberation. These truths provide a starting point for our journey of self-discovery and transformation. They offer a clear and compassionate diagnosis of the human condition, acknowledging the reality of suffering while also pointing towards the possibility of its cessation. Embracing these truths is not about dwelling in pessimism, but rather about cultivating a realistic understanding of our experience as a foundation for growth and liberation. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, dukkha, acknowledges that suffering is an inherent part of life. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering as craving, tanha, our insatiable desire for things to be different than they are. The third noble truth offers a message of hope, proclaiming that suffering can be overcome by eradicating its root cause, craving. Finally, the fourth noble truth outlines the path to liberation, the Noble Eightfold Path, which provides a practical roadmap for transcending suffering and cultivating lasting peace and happiness. Section 5. The Eightfold Path, a journey of transformation. The Noble Eightfold Path, often described as the path to enlightenment, is not a linear progression of steps, but rather an interconnected set of principles that work in synergy to cultivate wholesome qualities and liberate us from suffering. It is a journey of self-cultivation that encompasses all aspects of our being, our thoughts, words, actions, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Each element of the path supports and reinforces the others, creating a holistic approach to spiritual development. The path begins with right understanding, cultivating a clear and accurate perception of ourselves, others, and the world around us. This includes understanding the Four Noble Truths and recognizing the impermanent and interconnected nature of reality. Right thought follows, encouraging us to cultivate wholesome thoughts free from greed, hatred, and delusion. Right speech emphasizes the importance of speaking truthfully, kindly, and beneficially. Right action involves engaging in ethical conduct that aligns with our understanding of the path. Right livelihood encourages us to engage in occupations that do not harm ourselves or others and contribute to the well-being of society. Section 6. The Essence, letting go of attachment. At the heart of Buddha's teachings lies the profound understanding that attachment is the root cause of suffering. Clinging to fleeting pleasures, possessions, relationships, and even our own identities creates a constant state of dissatisfaction and unease. Buddha taught that true liberation comes from letting go of our attachments and embracing the impermanent nature of reality. This doesn't mean renouncing the world or living a life devoid of joy and connection. Instead, it's about shifting our relationship to experience, learning to appreciate things without clinging, and finding peace in the midst of change. When we are attached to things remaining the same, we suffer when they inevitably change. This attachment creates a constant state of anxiety and dissatisfaction, preventing us from experiencing true peace and contentment. Buddha's teachings offer a path to freedom from this suffering by encouraging us to cultivate non-attachment, a state of being where we can appreciate and enjoy experiences without clinging to them. By letting go of our attachments, we open ourselves to a deeper experience of life, one that is characterized by freedom, compassion, and wisdom. Section 7. Practical applications in modern life. While Buddha's teachings originated centuries ago, their wisdom remains profoundly relevant in our modern lives. The principles of mindfulness, compassion, and non-attachment offer practical solutions to the challenges we face in our fast-paced, technology-driven world. By integrating these teachings into our daily routines, we can cultivate greater peace, purpose, and well-being. One of the most powerful applications of Buddha's teachings is in the realm of stress reduction and emotional regulation. The practice of mindfulness, a central tenet of Buddhism, involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting carried away by them. This allows us to create a space between ourselves and our experiences, reducing reactivity and fostering a greater sense of peace and equanimity. Integrating mindfulness into our daily routines doesn't require drastic changes or hours of meditation. Simple yet profound shifts in awareness throughout the day can make a significant difference. Begin by bringing full attention to everyday activities such as eating, walking, or washing dishes. Engage all your senses. Taste the flavors of your food. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice the warmth of the water on your hands. These seemingly mundane activities become opportunities to cultivate presence and appreciation. Another powerful practice is mindful breathing. Throughout the day, take a few moments to pause and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of inhalation and exhalation. As you focus on your breath, thoughts may arise. Simply acknowledge them without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. This simple practice can be incredibly grounding, especially during moments of stress or anxiety. Compassion lies at the very heart of Buddha's teachings, serving as a guiding principle for all aspects of our lives. It is the ability to recognize the suffering of ourselves and others and to respond with kindness, understanding, and a willingness to help. Cultivating compassion is not merely an act of altruism, but a transformative practice that benefits both the giver and the receiver. It breaks down the barriers of self-centeredness and connects us to a deeper sense of shared humanity. Buddha taught that compassion arises from understanding the interconnectedness of all beings. When we recognize that we are all interconnected, our capacity for compassion naturally expands. This understanding fosters a sense of empathy and kindness, allowing us to respond to suffering with greater understanding and compassion. Cultivating compassion involves actively challenging our habitual patterns of judgment, criticism, and indifference. Ultimately, the teachings of Buddha point us towards the realization that true and lasting peace is found not in external circumstances but within ourselves. It is a peace that transcends the ever-changing nature of the material world. A peace that arises from understanding the true nature of reality and cultivating a mind that is free from greed, hatred, and delusion. This inner peace is not a passive state of complacency, but rather an active and dynamic state of being characterized by wisdom, compassion, and equanimity. The path to inner peace, as outlined by Buddha, begins with understanding the nature of suffering and its causes. By recognizing the impermanence of all things and the futility of clinging to fleeting pleasures, we begin to loosen the grip of attachment and aversion that causes us so much suffering. We learn to appreciate the present moment without grasping onto it or pushing it away, finding contentment and peace in the midst of life's ever-changing flow. Through the practices of mindfulness, meditation, and ethical living, we gradually purify our minds of negative emotions and cultivate the qualities of wisdom, compassion, and equanimity that lead to lasting peace and happiness. The teachings of Buddha offer a profound and timeless path to liberation from suffering and the realization of our full potential for wisdom, compassion, and peace. This exploration has only scratched the surface of this vast and profound tradition. I encourage you to continue exploring, to delve deeper into the teachings, and to discover for yourself the transformative power of Buddha's wisdom. Read books, attend lectures, engage in discussions, and most importantly, put the teachings into practice in your own life. The journey may be challenging at times, but the rewards are immeasurable. Seek out teachers and communities that resonate with you, and remember that the path to enlightenment is a deeply personal one. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth, may you find the peace, wisdom, and compassion you seek.